All right, Bears fans, welcome back. Bear down. I know. I said I wasn't doing any videos this weekend, but between naps and late at night last night, I had to fit some stuff in. But the top 30 visits keep changing. Local Pro Day set, and tomorrow's is one of the most exciting, so I wanted to hurry and pop on here and just give a quick update of where top 30 visits are and which ones are set. So, completed, I highlighted Caleb Williams because it's pretty set at this point. That one's a done deal. Number one overall, Caleb Williams. Then you see these other ones that are completed. Now, Brock Bowers, I'm not clear on. It's rumored it was completed. It's rumors it's not completed. So don't hold that one firm on the completed side. But Dallas Turner, Tyler Guyton, Malik Neighbors, Chop Robinson, Romo Dunze, Cam Hart, Cameron Kitchens, those are all confirmed to have been completed top 30 visits. With that, if you haven't noticed, I have been doing individual videos. They're short 2 to 3 minute blurbs on the players that do have completed visits. I'm behind on a couple of them. I'm going to get caught up early in the week. I plan on doing one for every one of the 30 visits, plus any individual local official visits, not just the local pro day, but the official visits. I'll do videos on each one of them. That way, if they're individually, if one of those guys is drafted, I'll have a video on each one of those, and I like that idea. I like the idea of having a guy that we can hype up once they're drafted. So those guys, Caleb Williams, Dallas Turner, Tyler Guyton, Malik Neighbors, Chop Robinson, Romo Dunze, Cam Hart, Cameron Kitchens confirmed. Brock Bowers might have had his already. Cam Hart, you see the double stars. He is a local prospect because he went to Notre Dame, so he doesn't count against it. The pro day is a little different. That's not a top 30 like those, but this equates to 20 pro days scheduled so far. And tomorrow, notice right in the middle, 4/8, April 8th, these three are set to come into Halas Hall. Xavier Worthy, Laiatu Latu, and Marvin Harrison Jr., the biggest name in this year's draft. Well, Caleb Williams too, but Marvin Harrison Jr. So I'm going to do a video on him next. Probably have that out first thing in the morning for his hype. Laiatu Latu is my favorite defensive end prospect in this draft. I would love for us to get him. I think he's the best, closest thing to different years' top defensive end prospects. I think he could absolutely be a Jared Allen type of player in the NFL. That excites me. Xavier Worthy, I don't see him being a first-round pick for us. This is another one of those contingencies. Look at all these Tyler Guyton, Cam Kitchens, Zach Frazier, Graham Barton. All these guys, to me, it seems like contingencies if we trade down from 9 and pick up a second-round pick. If someone like the Raiders is wanting to trade up to that 9th spot because a quarterback is there, that's where I see us getting these second-round pick guys in, where we could pick up a center like Zach Frazier or Graham Barton, or pick up Xavier Worthy if we end up going defensive end in the first round. But tomorrow is going to be a very exciting day for that. Marvin Harrison Jr., Maserati Marv. Are we going to get him? Most likely not. A lot of people are speculating we could trade up into 4 or 5 and pick him up. He's already had his pro day with Arizona. I don't see a scenario with Arizona having 2 first-rounders and an early second-rounder where they would need to trade back to get more draft capital. If I'm them, I'm capitalizing on one of the greatest wide receivers ever to come out, at least hyped up that way. Generational talent. If I'm them, I'm slam dunking that. So I don't see how they trade back from there. The only other scenario is if New England decides to just have a spur and go for it and take him, but I don't see that happen either. If anything, they might trade back because they do need draft capital. They are very deficient on their team. So, other ones scheduled: Zach Frazier, Graham Barton, and Andrew Phillips, Kieran Agbajabi, Ben Sinnott, Jaquan Jackson, Dylan Lobb, Nehemiah Pritchett, Elijah Jones, Trevor Keegan. Those will be to come. Maybe some of them have been done. We get kind of mixed reports on stuff like that. But then the other big thing on the 9th. So on Tuesday, we have this. The local visits officially set for Bears local pro day. It's been set for a couple days. Cam Hart is not going to be there. That's how it was first officially kind of put out there. But then he came in for a top 30 visit. So he's not going to be at the local visit, but he is a local prospect, so I put him there. But all these guys from local schools, and here's the official way to read that. Players from local schools, Northwestern, Illinois, Notre Dame, and even the smaller schools, and players who attended high school in the greater Chicago area do not count against the top 30 visits. So there's the definition. That's the official definition. And all these guys fit that. Cam Hart went to Notre Dame. Javonte John Baptiste went to Notre Dame. Cam Johnson went to Northwestern. Keith, I have his name wrong, my bad. Keith Randolph Jr. went to Illinois. Julian Pearl went to Illinois. Quincy Patterson is a Chicago native. Justin Blazek, Chicago native. Luke Skokna, Chicago native. Tyler Jackson, NIU. Tavian McCarthy, Chicago native. Jaron Mitchell, Chicago native. Some of these are nice to have, and that's why you sometimes see us pick undrafted free agents from our local pool, from the local pro, because we get to bring them in and check them out. So, I mean, you could technically see Joe Alt on there if they do end up doing him. You'll see him as a top 30 visit likely. I don't think he'll be there for the local pro day. He has nothing to prove by coming to that. He's a lock for a top 10. So this will be interesting to see how that pans out. If any other names pop up on the 9th, I'll give you guys a report on that as soon as I learn anything else on it. But these guys are all set to be brought in. Quincy Patterson is an undrafted free agent quality quarterback, but big. 6'3", 6'4", 245 pounds. Very reminiscent of a Taysom Hill type of quarterback. So it'd be interesting to see if we pick him up and try to run something with a tight end set type of thing with him. I'm just kind of dreaming or elaborating on something that could be. I'll give a bigger breakdown on these guys after the 9th. There are some good names in here, though. There's some names not to overlook where we could pick them up as undrafted free agents if they don't get drafted. And a lot of these guys are in that caliber where they might not get drafted. So a lot of exciting things coming. Tomorrow, we got Xavier Worthy, Laiatu Latu, Marvin Harrison Jr. The day after is the local pro day. The Bears are hosting for local visits of local prospects. So a lot of big things coming down the pipeline. Let me know your comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm excited to interact with you guys. I'm continuing to do Free Talk Tuesday, so I'll have that for you Tuesday morning. Other than that, tomorrow I'm going to start getting some of those other videos out. I'll get Cam Hart, Cam Kitchens, and Xavier Worthy, Laiatu Latu, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'll get those out tomorrow, just the short videos. If you haven't checked them out, there's some good stuff in those. I know not a lot of people are watching those as much because they're just kind of individual profile stuff. But if you want to check them out, they're out there. Check them out. And until next time, bear down.